Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the not-so-retro carded Spider-Man, Spider-Venom, Marvel Legends figure. There's just too many different names on these packages. I don't know which is which. This is Spider-Venom. If I am right, and I may not be because the Spider-Verse has gotten so crazy that I don't follow it super closely, this is Peter Parker after he takes Venom from Eddie Brock's kid, whose name is Tanner. No, it's not Tanner. It's Dylan. I think that's what it is, and that's why there are chains involved, I think. All right. Anyway, this is a black suit Spider-Man, sort of. It's Venom, but it's not. I don't know. Whatever. It's not a bad figure. It's not a bad figure actually. So we have some nicer things to say, and that'll be more fun than saying only bad things. Although you guys seem to enjoy those videos as well. So anyway, let's get him off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we take a look at the figure, I do want to show you my package. It's a nice looking package. It's not actually based on any retro thing again, but if you like the way these look, then that's fine. People say it's a way to get away with doing BAF parts. I guess, without doing BAF parts. I mean, you can do that in any package, so I don't know about that, but it's a nice looking package. If you like this sort of thing, I think they're just doing it because it looks cool, personally. I mean, there are no BAF parts, but they could do that in any box. So let me know what you guys think about that. But I think it's a cool package. I don't personally have any connection to it, and I don't keep packages, but if you do, you could do a whole lot worse. These look kind of cool. They take up a ton of space on the wall, though, if you're going to hang them like some people do. A lot of real estate. Alright, so this guy is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. If you want to get one, I'll put a link in the description below. He stands just shy of 6 1/4 inches. That's going to make him about 15.6 centimeters here. He is up against Darwin. He's a little bit short. I don't know if he's supposed to be short. I don't know which version of Peter Parker this is. I'm guessing if Eddie Brock has a kid who's old enough to be a Venom, then this should be an older Peter Parker and not only a short guy. So, I mean, okay, so people are going to say, well, he's supposed to be 5'9" or 5'10" or whatever. Yeah, except he's never drawn to be that short. So, I don't know how you guys feel about that. Let me know. Question of the day: how tall should Peter Parker be? And I want to do it two ways. One is officially, which obviously they've given us heights, but then also, how is he drawn? Is he usually drawn to be very short, or is he drawn to be just as tall as most people? I think that's usually how it is, especially the older versions. So let me know about that. Also, here's the thing. I can't place this body. Is this a new one? At first I thought it was the Superior Spider-Man, but that one had all the ripped muscles and everything. Like, he was very detailed sculpt. This is a very soft sculpt, and that's why I can't quite place it. Although, in usual Hasbro fashion, it's very soft in some places, like the torso and legs, but then the biceps have basically all the details, so it's a little bit weird, but I cannot place this body, and maybe I'm getting old. I mean, I am. Maybe I just can't remember. Or maybe it's a new body. It might be. I might be crazy, though. You guys can let me know if you remember. I couldn't place it, and I did a little bit of looking, and I didn't see anything that looked like this, but who knows? Who knows? Okay, so yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's get into the aesthetic on this figure. By the way, just real quick, I've gotten a few comments of people saying, why are you panned so far back? Or why is the figure so small in your videos? Because I want people to be able to see the whole figure. It doesn't do most people any good if I leave it like this the whole time. That doesn't give you an accurate depiction of what the figure is. Now, you'll see that sometimes in my reviews, but a lot of the time I do want to keep it back so you can actually see the whole figure. That's helpful, I think, and most people seem to be okay with it, but I wanted to clarify that if you're curious. So anyway, this figure does have a pretty nice silhouette. It's easy to see actually on this one because he's mostly all black, and the white throws it off a little bit, I guess, but it does have a much better silhouette than most Marvel Legends have. That's a very important factor. Like, even in the sculpting software that I use, there's an option to make it look just like a silhouette so you can see what the thing you're sculpting looks like. It's very, very important. You don't want droopy shoulders and a narrow chest and things like that. And the silhouette helps you to see that. He's still very flat from front to back, but from the front, he's very nice looking. He's got the broader shoulders. They're a little bit bigger. They're a little bit higher up. We're getting there, Hasbro. It looks pretty darn good, I have to say. He is short, though, and he does have kind of a little round head. Well, it's not too little, but it is pretty round. So, I don't know. This figure does have a little bit of styling, which we'll talk about in the alternate head a little bit more. That doesn't quite match the rest of Marvel Legends, and so consistency is a thing there, but this guy looks nice. The paint job, the lines are straight, pretty clean. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but it's like splotchy and chunky and not good. The white paint is not great in terms of the quality, but the lines are straight enough that it's fine. Like, it's going to look fine on a shelf. You won't have any real issues. The hands are pretty darn clean, actually. So yeah, it looks good. It looks pretty good overall for a basic Marvel Legends figure. I'm okay with this. This is not there's nothing that's like glaringly obviously a problem with this guy. So I'm going to give him, for Marvel Legends, an 8.5 out of 10 for the aesthetic. The paints need to be cleaner, like you can throw some shading on if you'd like, but it's pretty darn good looking. Now, as far as accessories go, we do have the alternate head, which it has to be Peter Parker, right? I don't know, because it has almost like an anime Pixar looking style to it. It's really well executed. I like the Venom thing painted on the side. It's not sculpted, it's just painted, but that's okay. The hair is sculpted well, but it's a very stylized face, which I prefer my comic characters to have. I don't want them to have those hyper-realistic heads that Hasbro loves to do, but this is very stylized, so it's not going to fit in with your other Marvel Legends. Like, you could have this guy right next to somebody who has the most realistic looking face ever, and it makes no sense. This matches the body and looks really good, so that's awesome. It's weird that it's part of the Marvel Legends line when they don't do that anymore for comic-based figures. Strange. Let me know what you guys think about that. Decent spread of hands, like nothing crazy, but everything you need. 2 fists, 2 wall crawlers, and 2 thwips. How about that? Now, the interesting thing is, apparently this version of Venom uses chains because it's edgy and cool. How? How? What? He shoots chains out? Am I right about that? He shoots chains instead of webs using venom tendrils because he's not actually using webbing? Is that what it is? And if so, why are the chains metal colored? Also, why does he have thwip hands? What am I supposed to do with this chain? This accessory is weird. I kind of get why it's there, and like, yeah, you can kind of wrap it around him, but it seems goofy. It seems goofy in concept and in execution, so let me know what you guys think about that. But other than that, the accessories are not a bad spread for a Marvel Legends figure, so I will go, I don't know, 8. I'll go 8, yeah. 8 out of 10 is fine by me. Now it's time for the articulation. Can this figure pose? And have we seen it before? Because I have no idea if it can pose or not, because I can't remember the body. He's on your old school neck joint. Unfortunately, that does let him look up and down. He can rotate, of course, but there's no real leaning to be had, so it is limiting in that regard. He does have butterflies. Do they butterfly, though? No, they don't go back. They cannot go back, really. I mean, just a touch, just for some subtlety, and a little bit forward. Again, just a touch for some subtlety. I get a lot of people like butterfly joints. On this one, it doesn't really hurt the sculpt too much, so I guess I'm all for it. A little bit of extra posing never hurt anybody. Full rotation there, bringing the arms up. On these giant shoulders, I don't think they made room for these shoulders. Yeah, he can't raise his arms. Man, Hasbro, what are you doing? Alright, your bicep swivel is there, double jointed elbow is there, that's fine. This has to be a body they've used before. There's no way they made a new medium-sized body for this. Maybe they did, I don't know. Wrists have a swivel and hinge, that's standard. Diaphragm joint at the top has basically no range going back. Just the tiniest little touch. A little bit going forward, again, almost none. To the side, it's not bad, but it's still very minimal. You will get rotation out of that, but it's fighting you because they use those faceted joints. So you have kung fu action on this guy. The lower ab crunch, which is terrible because there's no swivel underneath it, does lean back nicely on this guy and forward pretty well. But again, no swivel underneath, so his posing is going to be very hindered. Bringing the legs out to the side, better than 45, not too bad. We've seen way better. Doing it this way makes him look really goofy, but you do get a decent amount of range. And going forward, he can kick high, so that's nice. That's pretty good. They go back just a touch. Thigh swivel is going to swivel. Double jointed knees. Very stiff. Oh my gosh. Ooh, very stiff. They are nicely done, though. They have good range, and they're not super ugly. However, he is gummy enough that when you try to do the knees, his leg will split. So be careful about that, but you do get your boot swivel there. And the ankles go all the way back and pretty far forward, and you get a decent ankle rocker. So yeah, he'll pose. He's nothing special, but he'll pose. I'll go 7 out of 10. There's nothing noteworthy on this guy. And now it's time for the final verdict. For Marvel Legends, it's a pretty solid release. It's nothing incredible or impressive, but it is fine. But Marvel Legends creeping up, like, this is a great $20 figure. It's a decent $25 figure, but as they're creeping up closer and closer to $30, it's a bridge too far, Hasbro. You have to do something to make your figures worth that, because this is nowhere near what Storm or Jada are putting out. So I just don't see it. So I'm still going to grade it on the Marvel Legends scale, and you guys have to factor in pricing, which makes them even worth less. in terms of value, but I'm going to give this an 8.5 for Marvel Legends. It's a fine figure. There's nothing glaringly wrong with it, unless he's supposed to be taller, in which case that's a big issue. But I don't know. I couldn't find that information out, so you guys can let me know about that. But there it is. That's my review for this guy. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll be done talking. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.